Hello, I'm Harmony from Finds and Binds. I'm a bookbinder, and today I'm going to show you how to make a simple journal with things you probably already have around your house. You'll need some chipboard, like a cereal box or soda box, paper, I'm using copy paper, but you can get creative and use graph paper or colors, yarn or thread, something with a point like a thumbtack, nail or screw, a pencil, a ruler, and a scissors. The first thing you'll need to do is flatten your chipboard. To do this, I'm cutting down a seam in my box. Then I take one of my pieces of paper and fold it in half so that I can measure the cover. I line up the edge of the paper with the crease in the box and use my ruler to outline the edge of the paper. Then I'll flip my paper over, line it up with the crease again, and then do the same thing on the other side. Here I'm just using my ruler to make sure that I can see the lines and they line up. Now I'm adding a 1/2 inch to either side. This will give me a little bit more room to work as I stack the paper. Now it's time to cut out my cover. Just use the scissors to cut along the lines I've made. Then I'll put my folded sheet inside my cover to make sure it fits. Here you can decide whether you want the graphics on your chipboard showing or the cardboard side. I chose the cardboard side because I'm not a particularly big fan of off-brand Cheerios. Once you've decided which side you want showing, you want to fold it and then cut off any bits that stick out. Now we need to prep the paper. I'm taking 5 sheets at a time and folding them in half. I'll do 5 sets of 5. If you are working with thicker paper, you may want to only fold 2 or 3 sheets at a time. We need to measure and poke our holes. This is where we will sew the pages to the cover. Since I'm using standard copy paper, I'm marking my holes at 1 inch, 4 1/4 inch, and 7 1/2 inches. If you are using different size paper, you can mark it about 1/2 inch to 1 inch from the top and bottom, and then directly in the middle. I'm opening up each set of 5 pages and measuring on the inside seam and using my screw to poke a hole. Doing only 5 pages at a time makes it easier to poke the hole. Then I stack each set of 5 inside the previous one, so I end up with a stack of 25 papers. Once I have my stack, I straighten it out to make sure all the holes line up. I will then use my paper stack, otherwise known as a signature, to measure the holes in the cover. I'm using the signature instead of the ruler because sometimes the cover is a bit bigger. I mark the crease of the cover with my pencil and use the screw to poke the hole. Then I prepare my string by measuring 3 heights of the spine. This will give me enough string to do a pamphlet stitch. Pamphlet stitches are bookbinding 101 and a great way to start your first book. When you thread your needle, you want to leave a bit of the thread hanging so your needle doesn't fall off, but you don't want to knot it like you might if you were sewing fabric. You will take your signature, which should include all of your pages now, and line it up with your cover. Push your needle through the middle hole on the inside. Try not to tear a new hole through the paper with the needle and just guide it through the pre-punched hole. You may need to flip through the pages so you can see where to put your needle. Once you get through the cover, pull the thread until you have just a couple inches left on the inside. Be careful not to pull it all the way through. You'll need enough thread to tie a strong knot later on. Then take your needle and push it through the bottom hole on the outside. Once again, you may need to flip through the pages so you can see to guide your needle. Then pull your string taut and push your needle through the top hole on the inside. Once it's through the cover, pull the string taut. Next, you are going to go back in the middle hole on the outside. When you pull the string through on the inside, you can take off the needle. Pull both strings that are hanging as tight as you can without damaging the paper. Then take one of your loose strings and tuck it underneath the string in the center and pull it taut again. Now you're going to tie a knot around the center string with the two ends that are left. I like to do a triple knot. Then you can trim the loose ends. You want to leave about an inch or so that your knot doesn't come undone. You can tuck the extra underneath the center string. This completes the binding. Now all you have to do is decorate the cover however you like. I prefer stickers. Now you have a journal you can use to write or draw your feelings. This can be very therapeutic in stressful times and will be a good record to look back on. If you liked making your journal, you can learn more bindings and make journals out of other things you have lying around your house, like old jeans, leather jackets, and people's faces. Just kidding. If you like these journals, or any of these journals, check out my online shop, Finds and Binds, on Etsy. I'm open for commissions. If you made your own journal, tag me on Facebook or Instagram so I can see. Have a good day and happy binding!